Окей, чат. Okey. Chat, haideți că imediat setez aici, ziceți revin imediat. Că o să setez imediat ăsta, ziceți, cu meciul. Stați un pic. Așa.
Gonna try and need this, maybe? Nah, they only plan, and spam will come through.
Not bad.
Good stuff for Flames. They've re-smoked, but he seems up for the task. Playing through, tiny bit of vision on the edge of this smoke. They can't quite find him right now, and he's causing so much chaos, pulling attention away.
Sau stai. Nu, stai de aici.
Monacy in here him, but with the AWP dropped out, it's got to be the Nico ace clutch, and there's so little time left. Tap on the wall, they swing it together,
Gata.
and what a round from
Iertați-mă.
Nico. I've yet to see him really get going in this series. That might be the round that does it. Ace clutch from Nico.
You could just see that happening. You could see that lining up on the X-ray. I was hoping only one would swing. It's just too easy for Nico. Delivered some damn good shots as well. He's going for taps in that round earlier. Feeling it. My goodness. Doesn't get better than that. Ace clutch 1v2 to tie up the game. And that's after Flames already felt like he had 2 lives in that round. Jumped through the smoke, still disappeared, only to get skewered. Love to see it from Nico. Monacy had a fantastic CT side. Nico trying to replicate in this T half. Impact like that, Falcons are well and truly back in the game. It's Vitality's economy that could let them down here late in this second half. Double digits will break one team. Who's it going to be? Another opener here for Falcons. 14-5 in this map.
Good chunky nade connects back in response, and Zywoo's going to level the playing field there with his AWP. Given they take, Nucleon's just playing through on the back of that first contact and able to keep the advantage. Riding behind the Falcons here. They're already in the A site. Mezzi up close. Can't quite stop the spillover. Now we're going to see Zywoo's AWP only able to put up 1 in defense. Flames, it's his time to try a clutch now. Running through the smoke. Catches this timing. Bomb plant denied. Monacy's got to make up for this. And around the boxes, Flames will find him digging deep for a clutch of his own. That's back-to-back hero rounds from either side. Vitality pull on through, refusing to yield on this lead, and it's Flames that delivers them a super critical round, a back-breaking one for the Falcons.
You're just shocked it's not enough. Every step of that round, Falcons are maintaining the trades, a man advantage every single second, and Flames, you don't see him in a clutch very often, so he makes the most of it. One missed shot from Monacy, not to be expected in the game we've had from him, but it's going to cost them dearly. Economy gone, no bomb plant. Round lead for Vitality. That is a high impact clutch at this point in the game. And Falcons might be forced to force. Nico bought the MP5. Someone tell him we're playing on pre-buff. He's going to sell it back for a Galil. it's still not safe, right? Falcons are forcing, knowing they can break Vitality. 2 MP9s in play. Falcons win this round. They have the economic advantage. Nade stack puts Apex on notice. Flames is committed and dead. Big problems here for Vitality.
Great to see NiKo just kind of going back to what he always did best here on Inferno, which is be a bit of a missile up through Banana, charging down for the entry. Apex lies in wait, but the flashes leave him a dead man. Mezzi now has a go at a hero play of his own. Flash through the CT smoke, nearly gets out with way more than he bargained for.
Nades can make it interesting. Nucleon's low. Could that be it? No.
He's going to get away from it. 1 HP's worth of damage. Nucleon still survives. It's ZywOo and Rops.
Yeah.
It's the big duo for Vitality. The signing that helped lock them in a damn near flawless year. And, well, there's the ZywOo nade to kickstart this retake. Let's see what they're made of. Playing it forward, it's ZywOo on the ore. Suspicious about the pool, and with good reason. Now we see if m0NESY's got a clutch in him. Spam will connect. Rob's tap on the bomb. That Spam will let you know the defuse not being held. And at this point, m0NESY is the favorite in this head-to-head. Swings out wide. It is 3 clutches back to back to back. m0NESY's breaks the money of Vitality.
Oh my goodness, no one's been safe, right? We've had 3 players survive in the last 3 rounds, 4 in the last 4. It's just been broken buys, butchered rounds. Calamities and clutches here. But maybe Falcons can seize the moment and finally win back-to-back rounds. NiKo getting hyped. He's had high impact in this T side. And Vitality don't have a choice. They nearly have to make this buy. How can you win it though? Smoke comes down, revealing Flames' position. Even that smoke doesn't allow him exit. He is dead again. NiKo, another entry. Even smoking, surrendering in a 3-on-4 is a sign of the times here for Vitality. They have not got the advantage. They need these gunfights to go their way. Apex pushing the smoke, offers up another. And there is no world in which a one-man hold is enough in either of these bomb sites. These players must group up if they want to win this round.
Yeah, and you know, while grouping may give you the best chance, it still relies on Falcons playing into your hands at this point in a 4-on-2 up against a low econ round. For the Falcons, they've got time to explore if they want, right? Figure out if this is the stack, figure out if that second player is on the way over to help out at this B site. And so they're just going to find the gap, essentially.
Again.
Kicksands opened up the B site, calls to the rest of the gang, boys, it's clear. And they just might bring that bomb back over. Not that they were going to meet ZywOo on A anyway.
Roller coaster of a game here down the end, and you do just leave these last few rounds thinking, what if Vitality could actually start with an advantage?
I mean, dude, you know, it's one of the beautiful things about CS. NiKo had that one ace clutch, which, you know, don't get me wrong, is a sick round, but look what it did for his confidence, man. Yeah. Like, he looked a little frustrated at some of these rounds and the way they were going. Suddenly, from the moment he's got it, what's been his go-to call in these last few rounds? It is kind of the vintage NiKo Inferno look, which is barrel up Banana, get in their face, play that early entry, and he's been so good at getting it.
And listen to these opening kill stats, right? NiKo 4-1, Kixon 4-0, m0NESY 5-1, and let me compare that with Vitality. Mezzi 0-2, ZywOo 0-4, Rops 0-2. I mean, it is just a different game being played. Every round favored for Falcons. Still Vitality are here, but they're going to rely on overtime to win this one. As Falcons get a freebie, the flash reveals the play. Enough guns to make mincemeat out of Vitality. Perfectly fine here for Falcons. Did m0NESY think it was over? That's coming off. Got one more round left. It's not going to get that easy. So Vitality have to do more with less, and by that I mean no kit and no AWP against a focused Falcons on a 3-round streak.
Yeah, you know, these guys have played Inferno in head-to-heads 8 times over the last year. This is only the 3rd time that Falcons would have looked to win it. historically, this has always come up for Vitality, or at least more often than not. And so how unlikely that with a stand-in, without Zonic in attendance, right? They don't have their coach, they don't have Kiyasuke either. And this might be one more notch on the belt for them taking this head-to-head in the semi.
Yeah, and the point Jacob made earlier on the desk as well, right, about how when Falcons do win this series of a Vitality, it's often, you know, not as important. Oh, it's in the third place decider, or they don't go on to win the event. They win the semi, they lose the event. I mean, right now, anything's possible. You take down Falcons, oh, sorry, take down Vitality in a semi-final here. It's an open tournament right now. Are Falcons really up for the job? Advantage yet to be squandered, but Flamesy is risking it.
Even here, right, you're kind of just feeling the burn of the scoreline. You've had to be cautious with all this util, and as a result, you've burnt through a lot of it, right? You're down to just 2 pieces of blocking util. You're going to entrust them to Apex on this B site hold. And so you will be able to stop the play at B.
It bought so much time.
This ends up going the other way. If there is some success found out in top mid, that could change the nature of everything. Tesses has really been struggling, far away from his early couple of rounds. But that kill, and a second, the follow-up is in. They're rotating back with the bomb. It's a last-second decision for Kickstand. Time might be low. There's no one here to stop him, and all the kills delivered to the Falcons. The 3rd time they've bested Vitality here on Inferno. They get it done with stand-in in attendance, no coach behind them. That is a huge step in the right directions for the Falcons squad, and it all got started with that Nico ace clutch. What an opening map to this semi-final.
What you wanted to see for the Falcons, the stars lighting the way, making it happen, stand-in notwithstanding. We know the player quality that this team has. We know the class they're capable of, and they show it here on Inferno, Jacob.
Semi-final Counter-Strike. You know, I feel like the level in this game, you know, the clutching ability, some of the individual powers that came out, especially late game from the likes of Nico, from the likes of Monacy. It was a beautiful and a very competitive game of Counter-Strike. There's a lot to dive into, Mike, but first and foremost, just want to congratulate and just want to say that Falcons beating Vitality, Falcons beating Vitality on their map pick of Inferno in this fashion. Very, very impressive, especially when you consider that you're playing with a stand-in in Nucleons who had a rough time in the first half, yet still stabilized, yet still came back, yet still had some of the stars showing up in big clutch moment and ended up winning the map pick.
It was really impressive for the Falcons, obviously. I mean, also give credit to Kickstand. I feel like the first half, a lot of that was dictated by his abilities, especially towards the B-bomb side. So, I mean, there's a lot of praise to heap around. This was just so neck and neck. I mean, last 5 rounds of this game were just, I was on a knife's edge the entire time. I was so unsure who was going to be coming out on top, because we know Falcons can mess up a post plant, but they can also win a couple too.
That they certainly can. There was one moment in particular we're going to highlight. This is round 18. This is the moment that just swung the map, it felt like.
Yeah, because the round before this one was also a key moment in the game. Obviously, you see Nico coming in with another entry for Falcons. We're going to talk about the entries later on in this one because that was ridiculous. Then a bit of a re-push coming in for Rubs. You stabilize the round. You go into this retake scenario. Again, Flamesy doing a good job denying the bomb climb right here. In particular, Vitality in this tournament have tried to play a lot of retakes over on this bomb side. And then you had the Nico factor coming in. He's well aware that there's players towards CT spawn. Very crisp with the first kill. He's being left in a 1v2. And then he just completely outplays the Maui.
This point right here is where your heart just sinks in your Vitality. You think you have them dead to rights, but they both go for the double swing, and they're both on low HP, and so Nico's able to collect with the spray. It's exactly what you want to see. I mean, the last year for Nico was one where he probably looks at it, thinks that he can do a little bit better, can even play these roles better than he did last time around, even when he's sort of becoming more of a supportive element to this roster, making way for the up-and-coming rifler that he puts on a very, very small list of guys he would even give up his positions for.
The guy who's not here, of course. So
exactly.
No need to give up any positions, no need to give any space. Take it all right back, Nico.
Point made. I mean, he's being incredibly aggressive towards B right there. That kind of moment for him is one where if you just get into the flow of the game, if you're taking the point throughout the entirety of it, you're not relying on a Kyosuke or Nucleons to try to do anything, then you are just going to feel yourself a little bit more. I mean, it's like feeding the hot hand. If you just stay cold in the corner for so long, when that moment comes, when that clutch comes about, the opportunity arises, you might not be ready for it, but it's nice to see Nico start to finish throughout this map just continue to exemplify class.
Now, we've got another round we wanted to take a look at. This one much earlier in the game. This is m0NESY in round 5 we're taking a peek at.
Yeah, obviously m0NESY on the CT side as well for Falcons. You know, big part of the reason as to why they got into the game early on. You see the buy, very scuffed right here, was able to save an AWP. You're playing technically 4v5 with a save. m0NESY finds a kill, instantly makes the rotation into what is his favorite position on the CT side. He loves to play behind the bomb side on the box right here. He's moving in slowly but surely, and Vitality, they walked into it. Obviously backed up by Tessus, who's also getting a kill with the 5-7. But Maui, when you have a m0NESY who's all over the map like this, who's hitting shots like that as well, second round in a row, by the way, from this very position, that was the key moment, I feel like, on the CT side where Falcons made the game competitive.
It was one of the win conditions for him. To be as active as he is, this is just textbook the way that you need to op on Inferno, where you show your hand on one side of the map to inflict that opening pick, and then to move it back around to try to disguise where it's going to be popping up next. Because reminder, I mean, this was a round where Falcons were able to rattle off, I'm pretty sure, 4 or 5 in a row after it. And so for him to just kind of jumpstart them in this fashion, it's just, I mean, it's everything that they needed. And so for him to just kind of outplay Apex, outplay his calling, to be one step ahead of the idea, it's almost kind of what you expect from someone like ZywOo, whereas m0NESY can be more of a brute force kind of player in nature, but you see him show that sort of second decision in the round and how in tune he was with how Apex wanted to call.
It's exactly what we needed, right? You put it very nicely here, Maui. And if we're talking about the comparison we were making in the pregame of m0NESY to ZywOo, I gotta say, all the wow factor felt like it was going one way on this. It felt like it was all in the camp of m0NESY.
Well, it was just a wild game overall, you know. Yeah, we're focusing on the likes of m0NESY, NiKo, the clutch moments in the game as well. But just to present you a few facts where it's like, it's mind-boggling. Vitality win both pistols, they convert both pistols. Yes, they end up losing their own map pick. That in itself doesn't really happen that often if you're Vitality. The opening kill department, I know Harry and Hugo spoke a bit about it, 18-5 for Falcons. Vitality only had 5 opening kills in this game, and a couple of them were in the pistol round. So you were constantly playing 4v5. So of course you're going to end up losing a lot of the rounds. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know why they weren't successful with finding any openings whatsoever, but got to give that to Kixen, got to give that to m0NESY and NiKo, who stood for a lot of the openings on the Falcon side.
Yeah, speaking about Kixen, let's just take some more time to praise him, right? Fantastic in the calls, fantastic as an individual as well, a huge difference maker for Falcons.
Kixan was the X factor in this one. In a game that usually you're going to talk so much about NiKo and m0NESY as we already have, it was in fact Kixan who at the end of the map came out with the highest ADR, most kills. That is a ridiculous task for him to undergo, and I feel like as a fragging in-game leader, still I feel like I've been beating the drum for quite some time, but for some reason I feel like he's not quite talked about enough. Regardless of that fact, he's so explosive when he's on these sort of positions. He's incredibly in tune with how he needs to use utility in order to slow players down. I mean, like, one of the reasons that their opening picks were so effective is because he was just pelting them with utility. I mean, the combination of what NiKo and him were doing on the T side to throw nades up towards Flamesy and Apex always lit them up. On the CT side, he's throwing all the nades down, stopping them in their tracks. I mean, everything he did was just such a luxury for him. And you get it a lot on the CT side, and then it kind of just gave m0NESY and NiKo, even Nucleons and Tessus, enough room on that T side to really work.
I mean, this is crazy. 5-0 in opening duels, 5 3-kill rounds. What can't this guy do?
A 1v3 as well, very crucial moment. We saw it here when the scoreline was 9-7 for Kixen. It was a beautiful game from him. Beautiful game coming in for the Falcons as well. Another note, you said it, you know, m0NESY, ZywOo, highest rated player on the server was Kixen. Lowest rated player on the server, ZywOo, nowhere to be found. Didn't really get much done with the AWP or the rifle for that matter as well. So I'm just standing right here, left puzzled a little bit. Required a Kixen 1v3. Required a m0NESY, you know, pop off on the CT side. Required a NiKo 1v3 that wasn't really supposed to happen. Vitality won both pistols. They lost the opening kills 18-5, and still it was a 13-11 game. On top of that, ZywOo being the bottom fragger, you know, the lowest rated player. Everything that could go right for Falcons in order to steal away the map almost happened, apart from the pistol round. So I don't know where that leaves us with Vitality. That was a weird game per se.
I'll tell you one thing, I was definitely not satisfied. Already back in, warming up, has been there for a minute, trying to get those mechanics back on point for map number 2. We'll talk more Anubis on the other side of this break.
how limited are you with the veto, with Nucleons, and just him being ready on different maps? Like, how have you done this?
We are not limited. We can play everything. We are not limited at all. We are here to play every map. We are ready. Of course, it's not an easy task to replace Kyosuke, but I think that we still have enough room to do good things with the players we have. And we are not limited at all. We can play Anubis. We are going to play Anubis now.
What?
We picked it.
Okay, wait a second. So you picked Anubis, and did you maybe see what happened against Vitality playing Eyeballers and thought that could be something you could win?
We saw a bit. I don't know if I can say that we picked it. It's okay. Okay, good. Yeah, we picked it. We of course saw Eyeballers, but we were ready. We practiced it. So it's a good thing for us.
I am so very curious to see what this Anubis is going to look like. A bit of a wild card pick coming through from the Falcons, playing with the stand-in, making it happen here. It's Anubis. What do we think?
It's the Amenstein effect.
The Amenstein effect?
The Amenstein effect. This guy is all vibes. I mean, this guy, he's got a vision. He's executing it. He's carrying it out. I mean, their Inferno already worked out fantastically. I'm just going to trust this guy. He's got a big smile, and it's contagious. It's rather contagious.
He's pulling off banter in the draft show as well. The best moment, unveiling the FU Apex shirt. I mean, what can't this guy do? He's a showman. He's a coach. He's got the smile. What more do you want, Jacob?
I want to win on Anubis. I would love to see Falcons actually play Anubis at a high level as well. The organization, the team, the core have never played the map. They're reintroducing it into the map pool a little bit early in the season to do so. They've probably been practicing with Kyosuke as well. You know, makes you think what's going to happen for Krakow, if that's going to be a new staple for them, willing to pick it against Vitality. We obviously know that Monacy can play the map, individually speaking, back in the G2 days. Some of the greatest highlights that came out of Monacy won on this very map. Nico as well the same, but in Falcons, they never played.
It's going to be incredibly interesting because obviously neither of these two teams had any practice for it. I mean, you can't scrim on this map right now. No team is going to actually take time out of their day to play an old version of Anubis when the new version is in play. So this is kind of a cool back pocket pick coming out from the Falcons, where if they've theory crafted anything, if they went into the demos of how Bob XD was doing a decent job against Vitality in the past, then all of this is data that they're going to be working with that Vitality are probably blindsided by.
One more deep poll, this one courtesy of B-Trams. Nucleons, the stand-in, also has a lot of Anubis played on Faceit. Something like 500 maps of Anubis. Who picks Anubis on Faceit other than me? That's really the question.
It's pretty common.
Pretty common.
It's like
okay,
it's like the fourth most popular, I'd say, but yeah.
Well, I tried to do something here, Maui. I tried to do something here, but
Inferno would be the surprise.
Have been dashed, and we'll see who can bring their dreams to fruition. Will it be the Falcons, or will Vitality get the bounce back? It's time for you casters to take it away, Harry and Hugo.
Who knew? Who knew what Falcons needed after all this time? We've done the maths, Harry. They needed one less superstar. Nucleons in the roster. Kyosuke out for this event. And right now they're just a map away from taking down Team Vitality in this semi-final. It wouldn't be the first time for Falcons, right? We saw them in Rivals, have a great run, take down Vitality there. They 2-0'd them. In fact, they beat them on Inferno, for crying out loud. They still went on to lose a grand final, right? So I still think there's more to do for Falcons, even inside of this series, as they still have to go on to Old Anubis against Team Vitality. A map we haven't seen from the Falcons in some time. We saw Vitality play it at least online, but it was a shaky game against the Eyeballers.
Anaya. That's one word for it. JW nearly had their number.
Jam.
It's JW after all, bit of a legend. Might have heard of him.
I'm really curious what Falcons have up their sleeve here.
Arms.
Been a long while since we've seen Nico on this map. So let's see how he fares in the pistol. Challenge out from mid, and there's a lot of bodies there. Tag put down range, and they are chasing Nico all the way through and into this A play. Flames with a keen double. This is where the poor track record in pistols is really, really rough for the Falcons, right? The idea that they haven't won any in the tournament thus far. Sure, it makes the wins, I guess, by comparison, a little more impressive because you're having to do it from the back foot. You're having to do it without those freebies from pistol rounds. But CT side especially, it can feel really punishing. This is where you actually look to get a good chunk of your CT rounds is in some form of success in the pistol, and they don't find anything, just one kill. as Vitality sweep the board to open up Anubis.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a difficult game here, right? Even though it's not a map we haven't seen Vitality on a lot, right? We've only seen one official from them. Remember, they were really strong at it back when it was in the pool in the first half of 25 and prior to that. Falcons in this core have never played it. Wow. So for a whole 6 months while it was in the pool, m0NESY's the only guy to touch it. Speaks volumes here about the experience difference here between these two teams. So it's going to have to be something light out for Falcons. It's just the fact that they picked it, right? Is that coming off the back of going, hey, we're the underdog, we have a stand-in, this is Vitality, let's just try and get crazy and catch them off guard? Or have they actually been working on it behind the scenes? Because I was just at least expecting, you know, the Dust 2 pick or something looser. I know Vitality obviously have this track record on it, but a map that Falcons don't have to prep too hard when it comes to their own play. It's a pretty standard map, easier to slot the rookie in. This still requires a great level of composure and communication on the give and take of Anubis, especially on the CT side. This force buy, here to report, it's going nowhere. Should be a save. Vitality running into an empty B site.
Going to be a unicorn round as this flank through the spawn attempt to strike some players from the tally at least.
Taking rifles away is perfect. A lot of jumping kills in this game. Flames and Kixon being the chiefs.
The chicken just soak up.
Yeah, it looked like a shot.
I'm pretty sure it did.
I didn't even know it could. Can we run that back? It felt like he got dinked, right? Is that really a dink? Or was it through the wall as well?
You know, even thinking back to Kixan when he was in the heroic squad alongside Tessez, this was one of their more played maps. Third most played in that lineup, but their lowest win rate. Still, back when it was in the pool, had a pretty sizable amount of reps on it. And so, seeing if Kixan can kind of tap back into that now.
Yeah, bit of a while ago.
You don't remember all your strats and needs from years ago?
No. I wonder also if you've been pracking new Anubis, or this is old Anubis. I feel like the map is going to drastically change. Just a couple of little holes in the wall. Flash setup, but the molly is perfect, and Vitality can hide behind the corners. Flames is just farming right now. The Mac 10. Bomb going B in the meantime. Kixon here. Will they respect that? Too late. They're going through. They've got the smoke behind the site. And they can put that bomb down.
Still playing for his one is Kixan, just seeing if they offer anything up. Spot there for m0NESY. Tries to bypass Rops. They know there's a player on the extremities right now, so they actually have a 3v3 in at the B site itself. Still with Nico cleaned up out towards the spawn and m0NESY going nowhere quickly. It is that third round for Vitality. And it's good, right? Just blocking in the pistol, finding the conversions, making it a nice start for yourselves here on map 2 after losing your map pick. You're also on the T side of Anubis. Pre-changes, so this is where you're meant to have kind of the most fun. This is where you're meant to get the most rounds. You really don't want to give anything away early. And so this first rifle round has... or rather, I guess, will be kind of the tone setter for this game.
Yeah, Falcons lose it. Could be a real hole getting dug here on on their map pick. Vitality poised outside of the B sides. Oh, Apex gets ready to throw nades in the middle. Smoked out on B, they take their time. Whole map is quiet, and Falcons sit with 3 players in this site. Nico has his classic flash ready in the bag. Risky move, but Kixon survives, and they start to rotate out after Apex throws some nades. It's a bit of a gap now, only 2 at B.
You see Nico just reconsidered, makes his way back over. Will he get here in time? Able to play through this smoke down at CT. Nico, 2 kills deep, but getting whittled down. Support now arrives. m0NESY gets there on the AWP, gets out with 1 more, but won't stop the flood over from Vitality. Tessez around this smoke, caught on the jump up. That's smart from Rops. Only way you're going to peek around the edge is jumping up onto the platform, and so Rops gets handed a free kill, essentially.
Yeah, that's a really nice hit from Vitality. You can see they got exactly what they wanted. Nico had the perfect position with his flash, but Vitality throw a bunch of util in middle, making it look like a mid-split, and Nico rotates out the site. Sure, he gets back in, he still gets a double, but his position would have been a lot stronger had he not left. Vitality got exactly what they wanted. Hook, line, and sinker. 4-0. Reality setting in, perhaps, now in this series, as this was always going to be an uphill battle for the Falcons.
Oh, they've tried to play ahead of Rops. They've actually gone past him.
No.
Turn around from m0NESY, and Deagle keeps on playing it forward. ZywOo's AWP there. At least keeps this even. Doesn't let it get too out of control on the main push. But a 3v3... Players already fanned out here for Vitality, and the bomb dropped back out towards the spawn. You've got to take the pace out of this round now. You're a little bit nervous as well, as there's guns to be picked up out in main. Don't have a lot of map control either. The only thing you've been able to hold on to, not with having to go back to get this bomb, is Apex out here in middle. So expect to see them link up with the captain.
Very nice that ZywOo was able to steal the AK from main. So Nico can't get upgrade. Kixon tagged, but he only saw 1. In fact, it's the whole team trooping their way through camera into this double setup, but only Deagles.
Jet.
Oh, Nucleon's molly makes life really hard for him. Can't go to the safe position. You're hoping they overlook Nico, and they will. Now behind enemy lines. Nico backwards, facing players with the Deagle. He just can't do it.
There's no one else. There's no. He knows it. We know it. No one does it quite like Nico in those positions. It's cursed. How does he end up behind them with Deagle so much? We saw him go for the knife kill the other day over deagging someone in the back of the head. It's such a hard shot. Like, and at any point, anyone can peek you. So relatable. Oh, I feel for him. What can you do there? Any other gun and you're fine. Just, I've never seen ZywOo behind a guy with a Deagle. Never in my life.
I think it's just the most frustrating thing, because it speaks to the fact that you've had good positioning in the round.
Yes.
Right? Like, to end up there, and the thing that actually lets you down is just the aim. And that's not normally something you attribute to Nico, apart from when he is wielding the Deagle.
It's just the curse. Flames 4-0 on openers, Vitality 5-0. It's a very different game now with the T side of Anubis. Far more comfortable here for Vitality. Already looking like it's going to be a mainstay in their map pool, as it was back in the day. Both players ahead of the molly. Nucleon's jumping awkward, and their B hit is beautiful again. Nobody home. Pack it in, fellas. To save.
I mean, this is where, like the old Anubis always used to feel so punishing. This idea that if your anchors aren't able to really at bare minimum, and even then it's often not enough, like trade their way on these execs and kind of leave you in a 3-on-3, it can feel so punishing. I think that's why you're seeing a lot of frustration right now for the Falcons. This B-hold has been like a sieve, right? Like Vitality have just been able to pass through whenever they want. And Nucleons has been looking very frustrated. B-side anchoring, it's a really hard spot to be in, super punishing. We just had Inferno as the opening map, and Anubis can sometimes feel similar in that, just losing 2 players to a site here, it's enough for the round to be over. You're fully out of position. But if anything, it's even more punishing than Inferno. What with so many ways to access this B site, at least on Inferno, you've got 1 choke point to worry about. You're able to replenish some smokes. You're able to kind of lock them out and at least slow the roll of an early T-side charge. It's way harder on this B site here on Anubis because you've got to worry about Dark, you've got to worry about main, and smoking off main isn't actually much of a benefit for the CTs if they're doing it off the rib.
So easy to just pop through as well. Team Vitality 6-0. Try and take some space, Falcons, look for some fights, but the aim is just a different story this game. Vitality not missing a shot. ZywOo 10-1 on the rifle. He was looking human in that last map. That's not a good thing. Right now, rifling up a storm. No need for this orb.
And CT side on Anubis was always a test of your resilience. Like, you have to tell yourself the better half is still ahead of you, right? The kind of barometer for what's successful on these CT sides is super low. Even if you can scrape by with 3 rounds, it's a super winnable game. Hell, we'd had a number of like 11-1 comebacks here on this map when it was originally in the pool.
Bro, we saw a 14-1. Vitality are a part of that. That orb spotted, they speed up elsewhere. We talked about the difficulty of the B site on Inferno, or at least the exploitability factor with Kixen and Nucleons playing that site together. They did a very good job at holding it down. Nico was obviously super involved, being an active rotator, but we're going to talk about the same thing on this map because it's this similar setup. Kixen and Nucleons on B, Nico the mid rotation, and so both of them last round we just got pounded. Kixen shot through a wall, Nucleons jumping. We saw the frustration on the camera as well. So there's definitely some of that brewing here for the Falcons, 7-0.
And the whole kind of mission right now for Vitality is just don't let up, right? Don't get complacent. Don't let the fact that you're 7-0 mean things get a little bit looser and you're taking any more risks in these round openers. At this point, you're in full control of the game. Like, don't kind of let your confidence give away back in for the Falcons. They are fully locked out. You could keep them here for the remaining couple of rounds, and if you do, you have all but secured a 3rd map.
It's got to be time for m0NESY to start to make moves, right? He's been pretty passive in middle. Vitality haven't been going for mid takes, really, and m0NESY hasn't been getting involved. He's still coming off the back of a very strong individual map on Inferno, and so CT side orb, love to see him force an opening kill here for Falcons. It's what they were doing all over Inferno. There's many options. That's one good thing about CT Anubis. Many opening moves for an AWP, setup or not. So let's see what Falcons want to do off the back of this pause. As Vitality don't even buy the orb. They continue on the 5 rifles. Going very well indeed. ZywOo with best spawn. Taking it towards water.
Well, you said you wanted to see more from him. That's a really, really sick way for this round to open up. Head-to-head versus ZywOo, and he seals it with a flick. Falcons have not had man advantages here in this map, so finally a chance to play out one of these 5v4s. You really want this to be your way in, because we said already, it's only a couple of rounds CT side, and it can make a world of difference.
Oh, this is weird.
Playing through the smoke, but
they just spam.
2 players in here. However, they're lined up right now. Flick back cross, and Nucleons finally has his moment. He's been really struggling over here towards B. That is a massive double kill, making sure the efforts from m0NESY, that opening advantage, aren't in vain. Awkward smoke as it falls onto the Molotov.
NiKo's here. There's no getting through this position. It's 3 strong on the bomb site. NiKo's got this on lock.
All right, Mezzy.
Smooth.
Swing out. Oh, God, this is building. See Mezzy get away with some fantastic moments out towards B in his career. Looking now to pick up a 1v4 clutch. It's the wraparound from Tessez. You'd like to think seals his fate and keeps him in a box, but make no mistake, all the Falcons were nervous there.
Yeah, you feel the second guy, you feel like a real silly guy when you swing out there from pillar and suddenly your team lose the round. So Nucleon's reassured that his team do have this one in the bag after some nice opening kill from m0NESY, and Nucleon's doubling up in con. It's a cool, risky setup for Falcons, but risks must be taken at this point in the game. 7-1, first round in this map. 5 would be fine, but no signs that that's coming in. Again, looking for m0NESY to be the difference maker here.
They are anticipating a B play right now, right? Starting with 3 players there, m0NESY on the AWP being a part of it and all. So thinking that this is going to be the focal point, the attempt to get back in for Vitality. And early on, it felt like they were right in that assumption, but now Vitality have started to explore some other avenues. I think one of the hard things that's always been the case playing against Rops here on Anubis is you know he's going to be floating around outside of A. And that can make the aggression feel a little tougher to commit to. Look at how little Rops has actually moved with so much time having elapsed. Only just now starting to take A main space in really any way. He's made sure there's no aggression from the Falcons, and he's seen their util put down to try and stop the aggression. So he knows they're in a passive setup over at A. That's info. It's all stuff for Vitality to work with.
Put NiKo on the A site as well, but with mid conceded, triple B for Falcons is fine. They're just so paranoid. Look at them watching Temple, watching CT, checking over their shoulder. That leaves m0NESY with minimal support right now. And Falcons, they don't know. Vitality are about to pop out through this main smoke.
Oh, that's a rough whiff for m0NESY. Just gonna miss Rops there, sliding in through lower, kicks and that's a lineup, and some support from Nucleons goes a long way. Flames backstab is in, but this bombs are gonna get planted. Plug it in the numbers now, it's ZywOo, will get that bomb down, but goes no further. Nucleons, lights out hold. 4 kills from the guy, and he was having such a hard time in these opening streak of rounds of Vitality. In the last 2, his multi-kills have kept things safe for the Falcons.
Absolutely. Doubling con into 4K defense. Teammate just falling like flies, and Nucleons able to put up the money. Big round out of the rookie. Making the most of his opportunity here, right? Whatever happens in this series, whether Falcons are to be eliminated or to go on to that grand final, he's gaining much needed experience.
Yeah, and dude, even then, you know, coming into this series, we were saying Nucleons have just been like serviceable, right?
Yeah.
He's rarely been a problem, hasn't necessarily stood out, but has never felt like the issue either. Here, most important game of the tournament so far, most important kind of string of rounds, and his multi-kills have bailed the Falcons out.
Yeah, absolutely. Been the difference maker, been the fire starter on this CT side. It's yet to be a comeback, but it is building. Trading NiKo again. Nucleons with an impact kill. Here we go. It's a bit awkward for m0NESY, but he found a 5v4 earlier on the main smoke. m0NESY just keeps it smoked with a bit of a gap to look over. Apex can't escape. If he tries, it will cost him. m0NESY knows this. Easy shot for him. You know he's locked in and he's getting audacious now. Reload gives a gap, but Nucleons close by. Flames in a clutch once more. We saw him win 1 on Inferno.
All right, First kill picked up. Nucleons, though, proven to be a real safe pair of hands. Another multi-kill round from the stand-in
Dacă e
for
pauza foarte
Falcons.
mare, cred că o
Dude,
să băgăm
I'm
un
really
face it.
impressed.
Să vă
This
zic
is
sincer.
semifinal.
Cred că o să băgăm un face it sau un premier.
Something like 4 or 5
Vedem.
times in his career. And so the kind of officials rather. Yeah, official. First LAN. And so it's like, you know, the kind of expectation in this game, especially with how bad it started, and I can't stress that, he had no purchase on B in that first streak of rounds. The expectation is he's going to get in his head, he's going to fall off, he's going to be trying to, you know, overcompensate essentially. You saw some of those aggressive moves early on where he's just feeding opening kills to Vitality, but he's successfully gotten out of that hole. And without him, Falcons wouldn't have this streak of 3 rounds.
Yeah, you know, what's really cool as well is Kixon said coming into this tournament, like, he's a very aggressive player, he's a space taker, he's going to be in aggressive roles. He looks super passive in the Liquid game, right? Maybe not wanting to take risks or not being allowed to take risks, trying to just be a stopgap. But right now, he's making plays, he's making his own moves, playing off his team very well. So Vitality slowing down a little bit, 3 rounds in a row conceded. They've still done a great job on this T side. But are they going to let Falcons find some confidence by the end of the half? Or can they stamp it out now?
Yeah, you know, the difference even between 3
Bro,
and 4
what the fuck,
rounds
de ce la
CT
ei?
side is massive.
Panubis? Băi, înțeleg că a fost peste noaptea update-ul. De ce la ei? Încă mai e gaura aia pe mid.
Nucleons again will have to deliver if this is going to be a Falcons round. Flash ready.
Yeah, they painted a bit of a target on him. They're trying to exploit the stand-in, and the flash will wreck him down in dark. Follow up from Odyssey, though. Only the 1 kill. Looking on now at Kicksan, who's got Nico moving over, trying to help. Kicksan's got to fly solo, and just too much to worry about there for the captain. He'll get wrapped upon.
Don't want to save, but can you win this? Flames triple entry. It's a beautiful flash, and Nucleons get stuck on the wall. Flames just trading every step of the way. Even Modesty only getting out with 1 is impressive. Flames has had some really nice entries coming out of B main in this T side. And so that 8-round worst case is a great feeling for Team Vitality. Tessus is trying to get weird with it. They won't let him. 4 kills out of Flamesy, 8 rounds for Vitality. He almost got out. Not like he had at one point. Oh, lovely stuff. Simply done. Vitality with no interest in these A hits. Until now.
Yeah, you likely feel like you've conditioned Falcons enough to be worried about these B site hits. And you've likely scared Nucleons away from going for, you know, the info peak in through dark.
Mamă, ce vine pe Tessus.
One player out towards A, and they get ahead of Tessus' util. Kind of a rough way to lose the opener, lose the A-hold. Nico trying to bridge the gap and make up for it. Will do so with a double. Teammate gets cut down. That's Modesty dead. And with Nucleons found on this rotate through middle, you're left looking at Kicksan. Final round of the half. He's in a 1v3.
3 kills to his name already. No kit right now. They are
care au luat prima
on the
oară.
side, but Kicksan needs the kills and he needs them quick. Smoke is a middle finger. Gives Vitality a lot of room, and so it may have been a tricky start on Inferno, but Vitality land back on land here in the semi-final with a 9-round T-side on Anubis. Falcons' risky pick not paid off so far.
All right, Vitality are down in the first map, but Coco over here is hoping they're going to be able to fight back in it. You said to me you were not surprised that they lost the first map. Tell me why.
It's Vitality. They're always like a diesel. Always let them the first map, and actually Falcons play better than I expected. To be honest, even Nucleons for standing, it's playing pretty good. So I expected it. I think the second map will be different, lot better. Give them the time. For me, it would be 2-1 Vitality. So that was my pick, anyways. But a wake-up call from Apex during the break, and it will be okay.
One of the famous talks, right? Spur the team on, make sure they're confident for it. But you also, Coco, you travelled all the way from France to here, right? So have you been to many other Counter-Strike events before?
No, that's my first one. First one, yeah.
So what made you attend? Because you seem like a big Vitality fan. You'd understand all of this.
Yeah, well, a lot of circumstances. I had free time for this weekend, and the flights were cheap, so I'm not gonna lie. And I wanted to do one, and so I talked to Karel on the French stream, and he told me that in studio it was a very first good step. It's different from what we see on the arenas, on live, and so on, but it's as good. We're closer to the players. We have the same ambience and everything, so that's very cool, and I'm really happy for now. I really enjoy it, and I hope I'll be able to do much more in the future.
Nice, well, hopefully see you at more events. Thank you very much for that.
Mamă, dar ce baionet are domnul acolo, sus.
Vitality hoping to set the record straight. 9-3 up at the end of that
Băi,
first
băieți,
half.
îmi
And if
place
it wasn't for the
trofeul. Da,
Falcons
nu.
standing in Nucleons, this
Bă,
could have been
ori
even
fi
more
pus eu
one-sided game.
ori ar fi pus eu lumină, ori îl văd eu așa. Nu știu, dar îmi place dacă e culoarea aia, chiar e frumos. Dacă sunt culorile alea, chiar e frumos.
This map could well be over. You're on the better side, you're on the better half. The entire series now, if you want to end it in two, hinges on this pistol.
Well, V-Trams put the stats away at this point. 2-14 on Tessers and Kixon in these pistol rounds. And yes, Falcons 0-7. Will that be 0-8? Only time will tell. Bit of an execute into this bomb site. Apex jiggling, but this flash not going to come out in time. They are running out.
Gonna get ahead of the util, but you've got to check Rops. Into the crossfire you go, and they get chewed up, spat out. Real rough stuff. It's those two aforementioned players left in this pistol round.
Okay, 3-4-14 now. Bomb pick back up. Maybe they can get away with it. Kixon tells them to leave and stays in position. Vitality. Let's see if they make a mistake.
They're rotating away.
Flames is still in middle. The bomb is the one not committed. Well, Kixon calling back as Tess has fakes footsteps.
It all falls apart if Kicksan gets spotted, or if this bomb dies trying to leave. Now that there's a man in the mid window, you've kind of introduced a lot of variables into this round with the goal of pulling Vitality away. Tessa just gets away from Flames.
The seconds difference, and as a result, Flames flanks B. Sure, Zywoo is heaven. He's playing retake. You can't take too much space, and so Kixon could get punished for being ambitious.
He's hit every time.
Dude, it couldn't go better here. Unbelievable. 2v5 brewing out of the Falcons. The two worst pistol performers this tournament with 0 pistol wins to their name. 99 damage. It's not done yet.
N-am ce să fac live după un PC.
Comfortable, but amazing that you've been able to pull yourself back to this position. Think you'd be foolish, even in spite of the HP, to hardcore write them off. Kicksan, one health, and now it's down to this. Tessez will finish the job.
Okay.
2v5 from Kicksan and Tessez to find their first pistol round all tournament. And it's the one they really needed.
Gotta respect the hustle here, right? Just a horrible stack coming into that round. A horrible round for the Falcons going into the stack. And then they slow it down. They mid-round. And they rob it right back. Clinical here from the Falcons. Okay, maybe there's still hope. It's Anubis after all. We just saw what these T-sides can do.
It just gives you so much to hold on to now, right? Like, you're only 5 rounds away. If you're able to find this... oh, never mind. It's all gone absolutely horribly. We're going to need another 2v5.
All right.
Winning one 2v5, impressive enough. Do you have it in you to do it in back-to-back rounds?
ZywOo just triple killed the smoke. It wasn't even a full mag, it was like 10 bullets, 3 kills. Wiped. Oh. Molly tick. But did they check Mezzi? He's not revealed this yet. m0NESY, inquisitive, clears him. No way, not again, not back to back.
They've got the space, they've got the room. ropz commits to a flank. I mean, the flank might mean he just deals with kickstand before it becomes a problem. Yeah, he realized. Oh, there's the spot. Peek from Temple and whittled down low. Kickstand caught out in no man's land. m0NESY just a shot away from death. And he can't do it. ropz will arrive, laying that one to rest. So close on back-to-back 2v5s. But this one will get away from them.
Nixon wishing he just committed to one side or the other, right? Got stuck between both fights. ropz shooting behind him. But he didn't go back to clear it. Look at this spray from ZywOo. 3 players. And that's what set up this round. Don't forget it. Still comes close, but close is not enough at this scoreline. That's a round for Vitality to break the money.
Big picture, you know, the call there, I think, for Falcons feels, I almost want to say, a little too desperate, considering the pretty good position they've gotten themselves to on the back of the pistol. You know Vitality are working with less. Leaving it to a smoke break and a B hit just felt like introducing a lot of danger into that round.
No way he gets out, right? Cover comes in. ZywOo still alive in middle. He was in the door with 3 players there, and ZywOo has his life to show for it. 18 and 6, it's a very different map to Inferno. And any prospect or hope of the Falcons comeback evaporating before our very eyes.
Oh, just a lovely double kill from Mezzi. You know, under pressure, under some stress. Here's them getting out through dark. Not an ideal position by any means for the B-site anchor, and Mezzi makes that double kill look way easier than it actually is. NiKo and Tessez, now it's their time to try and combine for a round here. NiKo hiding out at the back of the site for now has gone unnoticed. Gonna get a freebie, swings out looking for a second, but can't get a bearing on ropz nor Flames. And this is it. Vitality ramping up on the CT half. Money starting to dwindle for the Falcons. They're on a fast track to a win here on map 2.
Yeah, we'll be talking about Mirage soon. That's the 3rd map, the decider in this series. It's a semi-final. The Vitality are looking to reverse sweep. Oof, what a shot. Look at that.
We're in a situation as well where I think if you're the Falcons, if you'd like given them the choice to pick their map after map 1, I don't think we end up on Anubis, right? True. It feels like it's a veto where you've tried to catch Vitality off balance, almost in the expectation that you're going to struggle to fully test them on the head-to-head map 1.
I agree, yeah.
And now you've ended up on a map that you might not have the best foundations on, like the like we've kind of alluded to as well with the update coming out, not even a version of the map that you would have looked to a hell of a lot, and you're integrating a stand in here. You know, there's kind of a lot going against the Falcons on Anubis. Feels like they were hoping to replicate the challenge that Eyeballers brought to Vitality.
Sure.
And that definitely might have, you know, inspired you, considering they really did give them a run for their money.
But it was also first game online.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of different circumstances.
This is different Vitality right now, even to the last map. Damage done early in the round. A player did slip through the smoke in con, but can they punish on this B bomb site? One that's stacked to the 9s. 3 players committed.
Good spot for Apex. Nucleon's trying to get sly, trying to get cheeky and play around that smoke. Only to give away the advantage. They're ready for more coming out dark side, because you've seen the man you expect. Apex, will he be able to get gun on in time? Yes, he will. Final bullet connects on a NiKo. And with Monacy finished off, it's all square here for Vitality. They are cleanly putting this one to rest.
Walking it over the line, seeing a lot of just B main gunfights here for Falcons, and all of them falling short at the moment. That pretty 2v5 with a pistol, long forgotten in a 12-4 game where, yeah, Flames is having a fantastic map, but he's not even alone this time. We've got ZywOo popping off as well. Mezzy with a couple of impactful multi-kills. And just not even a competition here in this second map.
Yeah, I just think Vitality have a pretty, you know, I found the eyeballers result kind of shocking, you know, when it happened. It felt odd because you think about some of the individuals here on Anubis, dude, like the B-site Anubis for Mezzy used to just be a stomping ground for this guy. Feels right at home there, and he is a real backbone player on this Vitality team. Won't always give you the crazy moments, but when it comes to just holding his spot, anchoring position, he's so hard to get past.
Nico scout naded, even dinked Apex with that. ZywOo getting cheeky behind the smoke again, in the middle. Shouldn't surprise you to just see Rifles trying to enter B main, but Vitality block it. They're stacked on A. I think there's no way Falcons would risk it again. ZywOo clears it, but it doesn't matter with Kixon in position. Quick trades available. Vitality just a stone's throw away from Mirage. A Falcons that surprised on Inferno, but fell flat on Anubis.
Question for the Falcons is, you know, can they brush this game off? If it ends up ending right now, you've got to compose yourself and ready yourselves for that third map of Mirage. They are kind of cooking here. Can't ignore it. Clawing back a 3v4 with 2 entries to get them in. In arrives Apex with the backstab. As he's still floating around, ready to play into this, and there is the shutdown. 2-on-3 retake, and Vitality stick the landing. A whole different beast by the time we roll onto Anubis. Falcons might end up regretting this one, as their surprise pick of the Anubis map goes horrifically against them. It is a big push out of Vitality to take us to Mirage.
Fans in attendance are on their feet and ready for a map number 3. Anubis goes the way of Vitality, showing maybe you shouldn't believe your eyes off of the first Anubis they ever played.
The tales of ZywOo's downfall were greatly exaggerated. The bounce back from him as an individual was fantastic. I mean, he was everywhere that Vitality needed him to be. And for Falcons, in what I saw as a risky pick in their first stage of the veto, kind of ended up backfiring. I mean, this is not really anything to be too proud of. Getting, what, 3 rounds in the first half, and not too much that you can say you did all too well.
No, that was a tough showing for Falcons. You could clearly see, that they had a couple of visions for the CT side. We'll dive into it later with certain rounds as well. They're trying to be proactive, they're trying to be aggressive, but they got shut down very early by Vitality, who seemed to be in control both in the first half and even more so in the second.
And let's just heap some praise on Vitality as well. We'll mention him early. ZywOo, right? A lot of criticism after that first map. Rare bottom of the board performance. Spends a lot of extra time in the map break, just doing some individual warm-up, making sure that he's feeling it. You know he's frustrated after that first game. Comes out the gate swinging. Looks like the flawless prodigy we know he can be.
I mean, yeah, both ZywOo obviously had a great game right here, but in combination with FlameC, I think that's where it got really heated up. Both of them were delivering some sick rounds in the first half, really establishing a certain amount of dominance on the server. And obviously FlameC continued what he did on Inferno. He had a great showing for ZywOo, as you said, Maui. That was a bounce back after having one of his lowest rated maps in a very long time. He's coming in and he's showing that obviously he's here to play. That was a good showing by both of them, but also big part of the reason as to why Vitality was so dominant. Spoke about the opening kills as well. 13-3, I believe, in the favor of Vitality in this game, so completely reversed on what we saw in the first map.
I feel like over the last couple years, every time I see a player stay in their chair between maps, they always just come back super hot. They start dominating everybody. Why doesn't everybody do it?
Yeah.
Why doesn't everybody just do that?
Breaks overrated. Bathroom overrated. Hold it in, guys.
It's unnecessary. Just get back in the server. just shut up and shoot, you know? That's what
Shut up and shoot. Maui Snake special coming on through here. Let's talk about it for Falcons, right? Some of these proactive rounds you were talking about here, Jacob, where you know that there's an idea, where you know there's a plan. These guys were shutting it down. ZywOo, Flamesy looking so dang good on it. Near 100 ADR for both of them. 2.38 KDR for ZywOo. Oof. That's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice, but even more so for Flamesy as well. Like, single-handedly one of the few players who actually kept his level up on Inferno, really tried his absolute best to shut down whatever Falcons came with. He continued to play well here on Anubis as well, so that's kind of cool to see.
Now diving into those rounds. We have round 7 here particularly queued up to make your point, Jacob.
Yes, spoke about it, right? For Falcons, yes, it wasn't a great start, but they were trying. It's not like they were just falling flat and not doing anything on the CT side. You could see it here again. It's an important buy round. You're down 6-0. You're pushing out a player into this very open area. You're trying to have an AWP cover for you, but Vitality was so composed in this round. Put down a smoke, made sure that the AWP player that was Monacy couldn't help the guy pushing out in the middle, and in the span of 5 to 10 seconds, you're losing all the advancement you have made on the map. For my money, it's a great idea. The execution, not so well, but even more so, Vitality just staying so close connected, very good in the refrag department, very composed, very compact. It felt like Falcons couldn't go nowhere on that CT side, and that's part of the reason why I think the map has gotten an update, because it is like playing fish in a barrel, and they got to experience that in an official game.
We're witnessing a moment. This is the insect trapped in amber of the fish in the barrel of the last version of Anubis. So we should treasure these moments. We're not going to have too many more of them. That being said, what did you take away from this one? What did you treasure, Maui?
Well, just the fact that I feel like when your entry player in Flamesy is honestly doing as well as he is, I mean, it means that the initial game plan for Vitality was more often than not working. And we saw the ways that Vitality were able to punish as well, like in a round such as that, where they're just able to just kind of cover and smother whatever Falcons want to do. I feel like the option coverage was so strong that even though Falcons did take a couple of risks, mostly prodding, especially towards that A main side, every single time it felt like...
Contracnico por espacio.
Get the job done. So when we are in a tough situation, let's go save, let's try hard, okay? Let's not give them any round. It's really important. Outside of those situations where we are making advantages also, let's not grid, let's stay in control.
The only way we lose is we start throwing rounds and we start getting frustrated on it.
Nice.
Got a few words from Flamesy, so let's give those a whirl.
Now, can you also explain what it feels like and how you know when Vitality is like in form? Like what's happening in the server where you guys are connecting at your best? Because you guys talk about this so much, but I just want you to kind of quantify it.
I think the communication is really really explosive. Like people are really decisive when they talk. They're really precise.
The way they're saying.
Yes, the way that they're saying things, the way everybody's like talking to each other. To some extent, even when we lose like shit rounds, the way that people can clash back the ideas, like, okay, it's all good, like we're gonna try to focus on the next one instead of, you know, being grumpy about a round that's lost already. But it's always in the communication. You can hear from the get-go if the communication is really precise from even like 2-3 teammates. It could be a really good day, and you always feel like, you know, the communication is in charge of it. And obviously there is some days that we were just insane and everybody has like a live game to some extent, so you can see it on the server.
Hai să vedem, bă, băieți, dacă mai mi-apare cursorul în counter, dacă nu trebuie să-i dăm reinstalare. Gen să-i dăm uninstall la joc. Apare.
Let's roll.
Da, banda asta. Băga-mea și picioarele în ea de echipă, băi, frate. Jucăm Inferno, mapă de Torahat.
Let's roll.
Joga.
Let's make this Reyes rain.
Joga. Да. Led. Orange. Go.
He's not fuck city.
Terrorists win.
Come on, let's go. On y va.
Throwing smoke. Smoke.
Крыса ебаная.
Laying down smoke. Counter-terrorists win. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Move it, son. Laying down smoke. Throwing flashbang. Grenade. Throwing a grenade.
Spawn. AP. One banana.
Don't pick, don't pick. Ебак тупой. Жека. Чё молчишь?
Already, and a check out towards the spawn. That's a keen shot for Mezzi. Nico, 3 kills deep in this pistol round. Nice stop there. Let's see how far he's able to take this. Whittle down on these peaks out from default. But there's the ace for Nico. That's his second in the series.
Dude. Unbelievable shots out of Nico. Pre-fire on that peak. And the double down under as well. Every shot of that was spectacular for Nico.
Well, look, everyone was just saying we need Nico switched online if they want to win this here on Mirage. You can't ask for more than that.
Vitality just get exiled in this pistol. ZywOo starts with this. But Nico, safe to say, responds. Some flicks, some pre-fires, boom.
Let's go in there, man. Fucking sound.
Diffuse at the end. A little bit of paranoia. Never fully goes away.
Right, stop shouting, actually. Focus. Focus. Got a second round. Falcons finally looking to convert on a pistol. Surely this is doable. No guns.
Can't just be a sudden level up from Nico on the dawn of map 3.
Well, it can be, and it might be. Oops.
He's the only person who have got a kill for the Falcons thus far. 7-0.
They won their first pistol all event last map, and then they lost the second round. Nico not letting that happen. Nucleons follows up. There's one more player with the bomb.
Bomb has been planted.
Just the first round, but the second, never seen before.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, it's been a big talking point, right? I mean, sure, it did take Nico killing everyone and then even carrying that through into the anti-eco, but it's still a good result for the Falcons. Just a position they haven't got to find themselves in yet.
Classic nade stack here behind the top mid smoke. Nico, good luck. Oh, one in window, two in con. What it could have been.
Laying down smoke.
Nico's just feeling it right now. Getting audacious.
Throwing smoke. Deploying flashbang. Throwing fire.
Бля, да не надо, ходят, на парке прошли.
On this map.
Рампа.
Close.
Feels like I have that reminder that without Kiyosuke here, it's on him to try and be the rightful star.
We really saw that on Inferno T side, right? That you're drawing attention to the amount of rounds up and all, finding super clean entries.
Yeah, like the old school Nico pathing of just get there fast as you can, bring out behind the half wall, look for openings. And he's kind of channeling that
Смысл он
fear
пойдет
again
на
on
бомб, сказал,
Mirage.
что, блядь, на Б, пиздец. Они наши пойдут.
Even if he actually got the ace, to actually hype up Tessus, because you're certainly feeling he's had a... I'll say, map 1, I actually think Tessus started off fine, and it maybe even better than fine. He was really important at helping Odyssey in the
Китов нихуя нет,
6,
ни
7
армора.
rounds of the game, but then just hit this wall, and he's not really moved past it since that point. I feel like maybe that's been a bit of a realization for the Falcons too, with Nico trying to kind of on the arrival of map 3 on the back of the Nico ace.
Shut the fuck up, let me play.
It's on a big flank. Will that leave him out of the play. They have to go cat with Mezzi back in apartments. It's
Yellow, fake.
lines them up and knocks them down.
Ножик у всех есть, потому что просадка была там, блядь, заебись просели тогда перчатки
Бляха,
наши.
тоже вовремя ты хуйню продал?
Я плохо слышу.
Я говорю, хорошо, что вовремя всю хуйню продал.
Second meetup с...
Short long.
Рандом. Ты видел, как улица здорова?
Не, вас не обратил внимания. Păi prima mapă câștigată și după...
Ce Zadora că продал?
Și acum joc Decider.
Бля, нормально.
Ceva.
Лично на 20, на 30 продавал.
Да. Даже больше, где-то под 40.
Нормально.
А вот это там там вообще пиздало. Такие суммы были.
Наверное, хуйню калаши всякие продал, который стоит 500 рублей, да?
Нет, ну, на то время, когда продавал, всякие императрицы были, калаши. Наваха, ножики были. Выбить
Bro,
нормально.
speak on English. Stupid players. Kick me, please.
Закрой заебало свое. Пока. Гандон ебаный, не русский.
Are we rushing in, or are we going sneaky beaky like? Throwing flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Рамп, AVP, бомб. Да.
Deploying decoy.
Yellow, look, hey, maybe. Yeah.
No, they're coming banana.
Bomb banana.
Yes.
Banana? Yo. Look. Smoke City.
Throwing smoke.
Во, yellow.
Counter-terrorists win. There's no stopping us. Move it, move it. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang.
Ooh.
Throwing fire. Grenade out. Incendiary.
AVP on this one. One more.
Counter-terrorists win. Get stuck right into them.
Blue. Bro. I give you M4.
Let's show them who we are.
Malta.
Что водишь? И в них пошел нахуй.
Incendiary out. Smoke.
Second mid too.
Throwing flashbang. Grenade. Throwing a grenade. Bomb has been planted.
Они, блядь, прошли.
Grenade out. Incendiary. Using bomb. Laying down smoke. Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. We're in the clear, lads. Let's move out. Throwing smoke.
Я тогда попью, похуй играть.
Laying down smoke.
Эй, сайт, эй.
Throwing flashbang. You're right on. You're right on.
Блядь, заебали, давайте играйте.
Авик нужен?
Играй сам.
А он мне тоже нахуй не нужен.
Ну, он выкини, блядь, за карту его.
Не.
Жадина, что ли?
Да.
Right, lads. We're on.
Это на халяву не бывает.
Горел на мне. Иди на Б синий.
Ой, его рот, пули закончились.
Throwing fire. Throwing a grenade.
Ruins. Ruins. One. Side. Nice. Defuse, defuse. Behind, what the fuck?
Defusing. Counter-terrorists win. Oh, it's a piece of cake, so it is. We must work together.
А где пушки-то брал, синий?
А?
Зеленый, где пушки?
В Китбасе, братан, все выигрывали.
Где, блядь, выиграл? Нихуя не слышу.
В КБ, блядь.
КБ, блядь? Красно-белом, что ли?
Да, братан, в красно-белом. Кейс батл, знаешь?
О, ебать, ты этот,
Да, братан, я удил. Лут.
Нормальная тема.
Когда скучно было, приятно.
Батя, наверное, бабла проебал, да?
Сзади, банан. Я знаю, сколько вывел. У меня вывода там 1700 с лишним на 800 с этого сайта.
Ну а потратил ты сколько? Скажи, не копейки, блядь. Будто они в минус работают, чтобы вы по 700 тысяч выводили и ничего не вносили. Такого не бывает.
Чисто на бонусах раскрутился. Ну и там за этот, понял?
Да.
За репост, ты понял, мне давали крутить.
Ну и сколько ты лет крутил?
Да ничего, братан, 3 месяца.
3 месяца 700 тысяч. Где там людей объебывают, ну, хуй знает.
700 тенге, тенге, все.
А, 700 тысяч тенге?
Да. Спину заходит, блядь.
Throwing flashbang. Flashbang!
Вот а ты сколько потратил, вас скинул?
City.
Чисто на аккаунт.
Что?
Сейчас доиграю, скажу.
City War.
Смотри, я себе купил там аккаунтов 18, блядь, и ебашил нахуй. Кейсики, блядь, стоили дохуя. Ну вот я кейсики продавал, а тут просто деньги лежали, такой смотрю, в октябре там как просели цены нахуй. Я сначала хотел перчик взять, а тут и перчик купил, и нож купил, и калаш купил. Еще плюс.
Тебе фартануло, пиздец.
Я бы сказал, фартануло, когда вот это, блядь, CS2, CS2, блядь, стоило до рубль 800, сейчас она опять рубль 200. Я 100 покупал аккаунт.
Стараться, да?
Банан зашли. Один зашел. Но он подбил.
Блядь, хуй. Ты через рацию пиздишь.
Братан, на компах.
Короче, я давно продал скины. После вот этого буста.
Не, еще перед.
Бля, хуёвый, нихуя сейчас калаш стоит,
Когда
ебать.
ножи, блядь, все стоили там, блядь, не знаю.
А наши
минимум
хуйня,
50.
калаши выросли, пиздец. Ваша императрица, блядь, стоит в 3 раза дороже.
Бля, я его за хуйню продал.
Ой, банан, банан. Сейчас бы продал, сделал бы.
Да похуй.
Согласен. Я в 18 году тупанул, продал, блядь. По 250-15 трек. Немного поношенные наклейки титановые, это самые первые, блядь. Я еще удивился, что быстро продали. А я после этого перешел и башил там, инвентарь валялся.
Надо в линейку играть, братан.
Блядь, да я в Destiny хуярил на плоке, бля, охуенная хуйня. Когда-то было.
Guys, I tell you, we kill them all. Fuck! I'm throwing a flashback. I'm throwing fire. Grenade out. Throwing a grenade. Throwing fire. Terrorists win. We cannot be killed.
Да, Талик. Сейчас 12-10 стоит.
Ну да, не так.
Вот он у меня лежит.
Нормально.
I'm throwing a flashback.
Просадки ножик за 10 взял, сейчас он 17-18. Long short. Списка все пойдут, скорее всего.
Блядь,
Сити,
банан.
банана. Один банан, два КТ.
Бомба, банан.
Throwing the flash.
Руи.
We will stop your little scout. We have destroyed them.
Da, bă, băieți, încă 4 meciuri și ne luăm și noi punctele pe premieră. Acum am cam dorit, cred că toți să ne uităm zice să ne uităm la ceva Blast. Nu mai dați-mi o secundă. Să fac înapoi camera. Gata. Ok.
Rated team at the Bounty.
I think they genuinely played good and they could have.
Ok. Așa. Hai să intrăm și toate.
Se vede, sincer. Te puși de mersi de follow. Păcălești tricou de la Falcons, mi-aș dori, dar să vedem dacă mai vine coachul la interviu.
11-1 up. They are just rounds away from the grand final.
Să vedem,
Coming
să
into
vedem.
this event, we learned that they
Bă,
wouldn't have
data trecută
Zonic
când au
behind
bătut
them. They
Falconii, au
didn't have
venit
Kiyasuke
Xan
in attendance for the lamb
cu
portion.
coachul. Să vedem,
The
poate
deck
vine
was
altcineva,
stacked
nu știu,
against
habar
the
n-am.
Falcons and they've been
Uite, mai
thriving.
zumbat că vine
Nico
și fac
right
ceapă
now,
peste voi.
back to his old
Mai sunt și
self.
alți comentatori,
He
mai
has
sunt doi
had
băieți
a
care nu știu pe ce
death grip
platformă
on
fac.
that first half.
Și
20-3.
mai e cârâlă francezul, cu care am și vorbit o grămadă, am vorbit vreo jumătate de oră, chiar super, a fost super de treabă. Și am înțeles că vine și la Cluj.
Complete disaster for a squad we hold in such high regard.
Well, it took 6 months last year for them to
Dislike
get
nu meriți pe te salut și nu mă salut. Salut Matei Botoșel. Nu vrei să te pun pe frunte rege?
Is there any hope?
Nucleon CS2 a intrat pe TikTok. Hello bro, we're ready one, don't worry. Ok, bun. Vezi că se-au luat pistole, a superat pistole, atenție. 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 Da, eu voi pune un vot de comeback, doar voi face ce vreți. Comeback? Ce le dai dacă faci 5k pe OnlyFans? Sigur.
But you know he's going to milk it for everything he can at this point in the game.
Dar stai că nu pot să fac sondaj pentru că trebuie să închid pe la altul. Comeback?
Nowhere to go really but forward for Kixan. He's hoping he can kind of beckon the arrival of this flank, baiting in Mezzi for the push, but that's not happening. And so they'll swing him together. There's the finish for Vitality. And yeah, Falcons, they've always struggled at pistol rounds. This one's no exception, but they're a long way from worrying yet.
Yeah, it took a Nico ace to get that CT pistol, keep in mind, so...
Gata, am pus un sondaj și pe
say this is back to the regularly scheduled programming.
Stai că am deja... A spus voi deja vot moderatorii. Scuze. Am uitat, mă, că poate să facă moderatorii asta pe kick. Scuze eu. Chiar nu înțelegeam de ce nu merge să pun. Am uitat că poate să facă moderatorii, chiar am uitat, jur.
Nico in deep thought.
Mi-a scris, de ce te scrie Nucleon pe TikTok? Bro, don't worry, I got 27 with... I got 20 with 7. Nu, așa zic că o să... E cu ronda asta, nu doar următoarea, aia e importantă, că dacă se face 11-4, 11-5, se poate. După cum s-au jucat pe teren, au lăsat intenționat, hai că da, au lăsat intenționat dacă e niște bun. Sigur nu vreau să înceapă concursul cu un nou trofeu, stai liniștit, cum să lasi intenționat, sparte ăștia cu bătaia, n-ai văzut ce le-a făcut Nico, e distrus.
Have the chat now.
Focus
Up for the next rifle
round.
Just kind of finish the job essentially. Don't give Vitality a reason to believe.
Nu mai fiți videoși.
Even the difference you're going to feel having to... Man, they might get out with a bomb plant. That's crazy. Good spam.
Wow.
Flames. 2 kills from it. Turns around for the third.
It's really nice as well because it wasn't a default.
Ce le faci, Flames, mâncați, ce le faci? Mamă, 300 de oameni pe TikTok, deci 300 de oameni pe TikTok. 700 pe kick și 4800 pe YouTube, incredibil, ești nebun. Ce comunitate frumoasă, băi. Și ce wallbang-uri dai, Flamesy, la Echo.
I know Vitality haven't looked like their normal selves on map 3, but you're worried that it won't
Păstrează sticla și reciclează cu 10 cenți pe aia, nu cred că e cu reciclată. Ba da, și e cu reciclată ăla, mi se pare că dar la fel și capacele aici, dar te lovești în ele, mamă, atenție mare. Atenție mare că e comeback match ăsta, Asta vă zic, e mare comeback match ăsta. Pe Twitch de ce nu faci live, că acolo e 0 delay? Păi și pe Kick e 0 delay, bro. Eu am delay 20 de secunde pentru că dacă te uiți pe stream oficial o să vezi că e în același timp cu mine. Toată lumea care face stream, inclusiv stream oficial, are delay 20 de secunde. Cred că e regulă de la țară sau nu știu care e faza, repet. Toată lumea de aici are delay 20 de secunde, adică cel mai rapid e pe TikTok și pe Kick. Pe YouTube mai sunt 5 secunde în plus pentru că avem calitate mai mare și atunci, na, calitatea mai mare înseamnă și un delay mai mare un pic. Dar totuși e 2K, adică atenție mare.
No, not Nucleons again.
Mamă, este ca Robson ăla. Nu, uite ce a tras cu 15 viață, bă. Mamă, câștigau meciul dacă făceau fragul aici, era 12-3, ești nebun. Wow. Are timp, are timp. 1 la 3, Muniția, am mai văzut astea. Are timp.
Hai, Muniț. Sters. Îl mănânci. Al tău, al tău e. Al tău e, îl mânci.
Mamă, ce a tras și ăla!
Dodging the disaster that was that brewing 2v5 for the Falcons.
Oh, you can't celebrate if you're Vitality. There's no point where you can let your foot off the gas and cruise in this
Mamă,
series.
incredibil așa ceva,
It has to
bă.
be a flawless game.
Mamă, nice try,
You can't let
Monesi.
a clutch through. A
Wow, uite ce a
2v5
tras lui ăla.
that grows legs.
Morții lui, dacă.
Mezzi chops it right off. 4 rounds.
Gândiți-vă dacă făcea fragul la Nucleons cum era runda 2 la 2 easy, erau aia amândoi în short, erau direct pe altă planetă. Bă, vezi că se joacă meciul, Caterinca Vrăjeală se joacă meciul, dar... Și-a luat Galilă, Matei. Cu cine țin cu Falconii. Chiar se joacă meciul.
Multiple times across this series, 5v2s haven't felt safe. And in a game where everything was going right for the Falcons, the last thing you want is to end up giving one of those type of rounds away. This is just a B-bomb here. First kill picked up for Vitality. Is he good for his? And here's the support from Robs. The rest of Vitality now arrive.
E over, e over.
Very
Asta are pe
quickly,
205 fără armură,
we'll get
adică...
to work on cleaning it up.
Cred că s-a și auzit, da, că a luat armă. Devo Hunter, mersi de 5 trandafiri. Ce tare să fac live pe 3 platforme deodată. Mulțumesc la oameni de super stickere, de kick și de trandafiri, de toate, subscriber, membri, follower, nu mai înțelege nimeni nimic. Chat, nu uitați că avem și un cuțit zilnic, îl aveți pe pin în kick, sau pe Discord, sau pe story, sau pe jaxi.tv, pe site-ul meu unde aveți toți partenerii. Da, dacă intrați pe jaxi.tv aveți acolo cuțitul zilnic, un Falchion Knife Urban Mask. Urban Mask. Da, Battle Scale de 111 Coco. Mai aveți 4 timp să vă înscrieți de el dacă doriți. Nu, pardon, e un Bowie Knife Safari Mesh, am greșit eu poza, din păcate pe story, dar nu mai scot story-ul, îl las acolo. E un Bowie. E un Bowie. Important e să fie Bowie, să nu fie Bowie. Te pup Bănel, mersi de follow. Și băi, Bănel, my goat. Care e a doua semifinală? Furia cu Parivision. Ideea e că pe YouTube și pe Kick scrie pe sub web-ul meu, dar pe TikTok n-am mai pus că sunt prea multe chestii pe ecran după. Și nu mai înțelege lumea.
With Nico, Nucleons and Monacy hitting as hard as they
Hai,
have.
puteți să-i bateți Falconi.
You have every expectation that one or
Nu are cum să fie offline. Sunt 700 de persoane pe Kick, dar poate vreun
Ce faci, măi, băi?
N-am cum să...
Short,
n-aș mai pune, adică când o să ajung acasă, o să mai un pic și la, poate mai pun niște grafică, ceva pe TikTok, dar momentan nu vreau să mai adaug nimic, că e un setup așa improvizat, că dacă am venit în Malta cu 2-3 zile, am făcut câteva setări așa, la minim, știi, am pus like-uri, am pus alea, adică nimic prea... N-are sens să ne băgăm la creații. Dar mai avea un meci astăzi, da, mai avea un meci, nu uitați. Furia cu Parivision, surpriza turneului, Jame, legenda, mai ales cunoscut pentru Pose Not Clarity, Svei, fostul jucător de la Spirit, ei au bătut ieri Spirit, adică Donk a fost eliminat de către Parivision și prin urmare au ajuns Parivision să joace cu Furia. Furia, una dintre cele mai bune echipe din sezonul 2 din 2025, adică sezonul vară-iarnă. Best of 3 vor începe undeva la 35-40 de minute după meciul ăsta, cam așa. O să mai vedem niște interviuri după meciul ăsta, după care ne uităm la documentarul lui Face de la Major și după ne uităm la a doua semifinală.
It is. Mezzi said at times he is just the backbone of Vitality, always difficult to entrench, always hard to get past.
Cel mai mare choc din istorie.
And his holds over towards B have been solid. He also delivered that 1v1 versus Monacy just to keep them in the game by stopping that 5v2 from getting out of hand for Vitality. It's another clean finish over B. This is now a
nebunit cu un bec balconi. Vă mai mutați, mă, site-ul, dă-l în mama lui de ăsta.
Când ajung acasă să fac și reacții la top 20, că am rămas dator cu asta, și o să fac și un tutorial de aim, pentru că am tot zis că-l fac și am niște idei, niște sfaturi pe care vreau să vi le dau legat de tras așa și sunt niște chestii generale pe care, bă, cred că sincer majoritatea jucătorilor pro le știu, dar nu cred că se gândesc neapărat la ele, cred că au trecut de ideea asta, adică nu cred că se mai gândesc la lucrurile astea.
Almost no pressure at this event. This is where you have to close on what has been one of the most incredible halves that we've seen in some time. A bit of chaos here injected into the round, running through the mid smoke. Nico's got an AK. Watch out.
Yeah, armed, dangerous, not what you wanted.
Da, nu vezi, e Mirage City-sided, cea mai City-sided din mapă.
Map has not been at all about ZywOo. Instead, we've looked
Hai să vedem, poate runda asta ce face ceva Nico Araca. Da, stă bine Apex la între. Bă, sincer, dacă intră A, Flames n-are nimic de cărat. ZywOo e B, au două smoke-uri la B. Că mai bine intra, poate îl păcălesc pe Apex ăla în jungla acolo. Nu se uită nimeni, se uită Apex ăsta în cone, a luat niște... Dacă intră tot C, că are tot B.
Watches B, but right now Messi is a little bit alone.
De privilege, mersi de cadou. Am văzut că sunt primele fizice din CSA idei unde se mai pot cumpăra, au fost în trecut, acum cred că doar de pe, nu știu, eBay, de-astea, site-uri de-astea de resell, nu cred că mai poți găsi, sincer. Atenție! Atenție mare, rundă la Eco, băieți!
Hai mă să mergem în finală, Falconi!
Da! Mamă, Teze, mâncase și se-i reveni. N-are smoke, ai idee, dacă trag ăștia de timp, uite-l pe Nico unde e, o să vină din spate, asigură runda, i-au zis doar să stea, uite, le zice doar să stea ascunși acum Nico, 100%, uitați-vă unde e Paradar, da, e în kitchen. Vine Nico în spate, e over.
They've got two players playing around the bomb, ready to swing the moment he taps and closing in.
Ce echipă mare Falconi, băi!
O rundă!
Ce echipă mare Falconi!
O rundă final!
Falconi, băi!
Până la cât era? Până la 13, parcă. Da. Da, bă.
Falconi. Falconi,
Băgare.
Falconi. A tras Tesis ca pe vlog, adevărat, ne-am uitat la vlogul ăla cu Tesis când le-a rupt gura cu tigălul pe Mirage, le-a tras și pe ăla acum la fel. Viața mea o împart alături de Falconi. Viața mea o împart alături de Falconi. O să intre băieții pe live și zică că m-au cumpărat arabii, că de-aia țin cu Falconi. Dar eu țin cu Falconi pentru că sunt underdog 1, 2 la mână, Prețoanchi și Vitality, iar
ce faci?
a fost prea de treabă coach-lor.
Bun, pardon, nu că la mine e noroc, să trăiești.
Mă, ce faci? O pornezi, nu pornezi, ce faci?
Nu pornesc deocamdată, mai... Hai.
Păi de ce nu mi se pare normal?
O să o pornesc.
Să ne facă nouă câteva poze și după.
Nu vă fac poze că mă uit la meci. E 12-6.
Aoleu, ce țipă, e agresiv.
Hai bă, o rundă băga mea și pula că ești la Eco. Futu-i în gură cu AVP-uri.
Ce timp, ce stabil.
Ați luat cu AVP-uri și cu M4-uri la Eco.
Ce has, ce stil, ce sexabil.
Ați lăsat și pe Zaiul 16, futu-i morți. Hai bă, bă,
de-mi pornești tu, faci
hai,
că e live.
Hai să vă văd în finală. Hai. Hai, Jazz, mănâncă-l Monis. Mănâncă-l nucleos. Bum.
Gabi vorbește cu vocile.
Da.
S-au zis cu 7. Wow, nu pot să cred.
Ia-o bătu, măne. Gata, bă, cu Vitali.
Doamne, nu pot să cred, ești de bun.
Bravo, băi, Nucleus.
Crezi că Sorin, lasă-mă cu 100 de lei,
Nebun.
crezi că am cont cu ei pentru că am o căruță de bani, ai nebunit? Crezi că mă uit eu la 100 de lei când am subscribe?
Ca să-l vedem pe Gabi trebuie să intrăm la el pe live pack, nu vedem.
Wow. Uite cum începe 2026, primul sezon și sezonul în care, sau mă rog, sezonul care duce la calificarea la majorul de la Cologne, major care n-a mai fost de când, de 10 ani n-a mai fost major la Cologne, sau de 11 ani. Wow!
Da, mă, da. Dă-i dracu cât să mai fie și în finale.
Băi, Dim.
27. Incredibil,
La faza asta am fost deșteaptă, că vreau eu să-i dau, mă gândeam, bă, să-i dau, să nu-i dau. Alu, hai că mai așteptatem de el. Și uite, bă, că mi-a... Vezi?
Dumnezeu.
Dacă vreți să intrați,
Mizi?
să vă uitați așa mai mult. Full screen, dacă vreți să vedeți 16 pe 9. Mersi ce cade.
Băi, ea
Acolo
deștept.
cu ei, da.
Mamă.
Uite, stă spatele meu, dacă mă dau așa un pic la o parte, se vede exact, se vede pe stream, uite. Mă rog, aici
M-a băgat ăștia în cardio. Făceam...
Vedeți fix pe stream.
Dracu, m-am luat cu palpitații.
O mara e mara, dacă nu vine, mara e mara. Gabi, de ce nu mi-ai dat la el? Sorry. Gabi.
O să-ți dau acum.
Și mie.
Vă dau la amândoi.
Sunt
fericit rău.
Hai, înțeleg, mă, să nu mi-a dat la că vrea să pară nonșalant, dar tu?
M-au adevărat, dar l-ați când au câștigat cu Stewie.
Ce-ai de spus în apărare ta?
Nimic.
I mean, I want to give it
Doar
my all every
fericit.
time I play, of course.
Bine.
I just have a good feeling for this event.
Wow, vitality, wow.
I think even though we have,
Mori.
Mate as a stand-in,
Mori.
I don't know, the vibes are good in the team. We play good in practice, so I had to believe from the
Mori.
very beginning, and it all starts from believing. So
Mersi de follow, băieți,
I'm
mulțumesc
really
de
proud
follow.
of how we're handling everything as a team, especially after getting beaten really hard. We were maybe we wanted to close it, pretty fast. We were getting frustrated about all the rounds. So I think that affected us a little bit on Anubis, and then. On Mirage, we finally a good start with the pistol and everything, so that helped a little bit. But I'm feeling.
2-18 Nico pe Mirage.
I feel like I have to do something more. I'm just feeling overall good with this team starting the year
Hai
as
că
well.
începe meciul și acum la 8.
Hopefully, I can give it up for tomorrow as well.
Adevărat, Caterin Căpinul lui Banks. A avut în prima zi, avea cu Gangnir pin la costum aici.
What did you notice maybe different in him, maybe getting more comfortable? What can you say about him throughout all of this?
I think everyone that is young is playing Mirage 24/7. I think that helps a little bit, and we know that he has great potential. There's a reason why we decided to go for academy player like him and not like someone more experienced player. So we obviously have a huge belief in him. And, I think he did a great job in kind of resetting after Anubis. I was surprised to see him handling it so well, and super proud of him. And,
Big.
Do you feel like as well there's a bit more space in the team right now? Kioski's going out there for you guys to move around and do some things. Is there a change up?
What time Furia, vă zic imediat pentru Furia, să reveniți, să știți exact ora.
Bigul prost.
2 secunde.
Bună.
Bună.
Calculator.
Nu scrie încă aici.
I haven't really thought in a way that okay, now I have to go back to who I was and stuff like this. I just kind of I really want to just get good with what I have right now. And, that's my only goal for this year. This season. So,
Ok.
A positive start for the season, and Falcons are in the grand final. Guys, give it up for him.
Încă nu s-a anunțat, ar
Ce-i
trebui
simțit, bă? Nu e anunțat de Sepa.
deja s-au ridicat de la PC-uri ăștia, adică... Stați liniștiți că vine Teses la...
Chiar și Godi la faza asta.
Bonanza. Aștept aici să-mi dea ora exact, vă zic, în cazul în care vreți să reveniți. Dar trebuie 35-40 de minute, ceva de genul. Bounty Bonanza.
Opa.
Wow.
Ziua 2 în care încercăm să-l desenăm.
Cu stânga.
Da chiar.
Nu, ar trebui să înceapă pe la maxim și jumate, nu la 20:00, nu, la maxim și jumate ar trebui.
Ia să faci.
Fuck.
Acum postează, acum a anunțat.
Eu nu mai aș FPS. Din 7 stick am rămas cu niciuna.
Mamă.
Aoleu. Stai că mă țin. Vreau să nu răgâi în sticlă.
E ceva tipic american. La 19:24 chat, 19:24.
Aoleu.
În 34 de minute.
S-a eliberat.
Nu se poate așa ceva.
perfect for those hard to reach.
Uite ce a câștigat, bă. Furia versus Fight
Chiar
Vision,
așa, bă, pe live-ul lui Gabi, bă.
34 minutes. Doamne, nu se poate așa ceva. Doamne, uite ce i-a dat, Doamne, bă, nu mă mai întrebați de interviuri, că dacă vine ce la interviu, vă zic. Bine?
Ce haz, ce stil, ce sex abil.
A fitting prize from the Bounty Bonanza for that absolute masterclass of Mirage, wiping up Vitality and throwing them in the bowl.
It was a stinker, so it's fitting obviously that it gets a little bit of toilet paper.
Azi n-a făcut nimic, asta ca o putoare infernală.
Bă, ne băgăm la, cum îi zice, ne băgăm
la... Mă că nu așa e sâmbătă.
Deci dacă o să vină cineva, punem pauză la documentar și... cum îi zice, ne uităm, luăm interviu, dar momentan nu s-a anunțat nimic pe grup, deci nu cred că va fi interviu, nu știu sigur. Apar nu. Adică Vitality Discord o să vină, că au venit și când au câștigat, adică abia au venit doi, când au câștigat apoi acum, adică... Documentari, 2 secunde, vă punem.
Young Tish, nebunia mea, na 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 na. Mă simt mai bine când ești în preajma mea, na 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 na.
A aruncat cutia și a câștigat-o cineva, ok. Asta, nu? Ok, gata, asta e.
When I was asked to join the face, I wasn't super happy about it. I wasn't ready for this.
And then we've got Jacob looking a bit lost, a bit missing.
He just looks like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah, I mean for real.
Young Tish, nebunia mea, na 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 na.
It's you cannot say no to this.
0.4 seconds away from not making anything of this.
2 words, right face magic. To believe in any moment that you can turn around the head.
Like Vitality is their own story, you know, but there's another story of Face Clan as well at the same time, you know.
Ce haz, ce stil, ce sex abil.
Bă, mănânc și eu ceva și revin. Acapa, apa. Acapa, Gabi.
Dar de ce e de la Pro League?
Ce te uiți la mine? A zis Gabi, nu eu.
2 months ago we basically built this lineup.
A, Gabi a zis că se duce să mânce? Am crezut că tu.
Nu eu.
Dar tu abia ce ai mâncat.
Stressful a bit. I knew I wasn't ready. I just started 1 year ago, looking for some team. I didn't have any experience at all. When I was asked to join the face, it was a bit of a surprise.
In the past year or so, we played a lot of practice against Apogee, and there was always one main thing about that team. It was Jacob shooting us really hard.
Outline
was it for John? We needed an aggressive T-rifler.
Cine a bătut la parcă?
Ce, mă?
Un video prost de CS2 de pe PS3 și asta statură?
Copenhagen and 2023. It was the last event I played with FaZe.
Reuniting with the team. First event was in Sweden for EPL season 22. David and Kuba, it's been really nice to get to know them.
Then obviously the EPL situation happened, we had to come in.
I had a phone call from ESL saying we're not allowed to play with the team that we got here.
Wow.
Până timp. Știi ce sunet face un sclav?
Mamă, ce
mâeta.
Disputes were underway as to what roster they were allowed to use. This, according to a VRS update back in July, they had to have the 3/5 of the lineup who actually got them the invite to this ESL Pro League.
People underestimate the situation we were put in with playing with Rain. We make a deep run, beat Aurora, beat Spirit. That was just the pressure taken off our shoulder in those games, right?
It's always rough to lose a player that you're close with, especially if it's such a good teammate as how we were.
Removing Rain from the
lineup is a huge DNA
and a huge part of FaZe's history. But bringing Triss back in, I know we get a lot of passion. I know we get DNA. Removing Rain and taking a new player and would be so hard for me. What FaZe is hard to get. It's hard to get that can represent FaZe on the server. It would distract how we are as people. And I'm looking forward to see him on the server. He's gonna be ideal. Gonna have a coach he would like to work with, you know. I already see they're copying our content. That's very normal for Reno there now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how it goes.
Bună!
Au avut ăștia la major incredibil.
Dacă era azi ziua lui Fleucea.
Back into the lineup after one tournament, he didn't play and suddenly the pressure is on him and it is very hard for a young guy to replace Rain, who everyone loves.
In a way, it's a shame, you know, that he didn't really have a chance to show his true potential from the get-go.
Go to Shanghai, fully jet lagged, play the day after, play with Jacob, who hasn't practiced 10 days with us. Go home, really working on stuff, feeling really good in practice, coming into Chengdu and not being able to show anything of that.
Unceremoniously, it is FaZe eliminated from IEM Chengdu. Virtus Pro go through, and it seems
Am adevărat că fost Virtus Pro care nu sunt cine știe ce echipă în zilele actuale.
Jacob looking a bit lost, a bit missing.
He just looks like a guy in the headlights.
Pare și build-up-ul, marfă, că tot build-up-ul la început e faptul că Jacob ăsta a jucat super prost înainte de Major și de la Major a fost mondial.
Sibau.
Uite, vedeți? Toată lumea dă în el.
Sibau.
Și la Major i-aruncă în aer pe toți.
Mă aud. Eu mă aud. Edim.
It's been a long time since we had the start of the major 2019, the last one 6 years, and now Budapest, Hungary. I know myself, I've got an appetite for some Counter-Strike.
It's pretty crazy to see FaZe entering this stage of the major, and maybe it's just recently.
Mersi, dar am dat mai tare de auzi.
With Jacob, they played 4 international events. Do you want to know how many?
Mersi, salut.
One. No. Yeah.
De ce îți place ție așa de mult la bună?
Păi îmi place că tu intri în jocul meu și zici
A, și îți place că zic eu bună.
Da, sună mișto.
Edi și sunetele.
Edi face multe sunete care sunt comice.
Mai stau un pic.
Spre exemplu? Da, sau?
How did that happen?
Da, dar mai există și?
It's a goddamn disaster. They already killed my hope, you know. I thought FaZe may come in to be a playoff contender they could figure it out, but
it's already dead after one best of one loss.
That's how fragile they are.
Put us in the 1-1 bracket. Next day we face NIP. We should beat this team. We did not have a good time.
Mânca mea impresia de pe raptole piste. Cum s-aude?
Da, au fost mulți jucători care nu vorbesc engleză, da.
Oare cum o fi să nu viața de claustrofob?
Yeah, I felt some pressure coming into the major, I think. Being used to playing in majors, you know.
De ce zâmbești?
Mă uit aici pe YouTube.
Want to prove yourself, obviously you get some pressure. Struggling to get through stage 1 is pressure. Everyone feels some kind of pressure.
What put us with pressure is obviously the VS ranking for next year.
Yeah, I mean on HL TV there is a VS prediction invites if all games matches stop now. So I went in there and I just saw prediction 26th in the world on 5th January, and invites for Krakow is top 24. We would have had Blast, but that's about it. We wouldn't have any invites to Brazil, I guess not Pro League. If we can't go to these events, we can't go to major.
Łapie taka jest, ty siaskara kajali dobere. Și să-i da pedal până să-i măzua până până la trecare gele.
Try to be in the moment, but it's the consequences because I realized that it's not just about this major anymore. We are playing for next season.
We're already on to day 3 of stage 1 here at the Starlight of Budapest Major.
FaZe versus Red Canids in a battle.
Mamă, meciul la care erau la o secundă să fie eliminați de la Major.
Bine, ai
să fie de sănătate.
Mulțumesc. Dubăviță 69 pai. Pai, pai. Bă, Eti.
Ce?
Vrei să-ți povestiți ce am visat?
Honestly, man, Brazilian
No.
teams, I feel like, especially the majors. Like they always play their hearts out. I mean, it looks pretty rough.
Era ceva cu tine.
Atunci zi. Că aici sunt
Dar
curios.
și cu paiul. Cu paiul. Tine și paiul. Pai.
Altceva mai
Jmân.
No way,
Ok.
I don't want to lose to these guys,
Deci, am visat că venisei tot așa, venisei aici. Și gen am zis să mergem pe la Diana. Să nu știu, ceva după, nu știu, ceva.
Uite runda asta,
Ceva.
runda asta ei puteau să n-ajungă nici măcar în stage 2, dar apoi la finală.
Ce este așa, ce?
Am zis că venisei până aici, gen, în sat. Și, nu știu, stăteam așa și ne gândeam, bă, hai la Diana.
Și noi ce treabă?
Da, aveam pe ce să dăm bani.
Așa.
Și ne-am dus la Diana. Mă, da,
Așa.
stai așa că n-am ajuns. Și mai dă-te dracu, mai reghi mult.
Să dai că eu nu mai am. Să nu uităm. În valoare. În valoare. Bă!
Unde?
În... Tu te
Unde
da.
să dau eu, mă?
Stai mă un pic.
Yeah, I got a little tight end, not gonna lie.
Finn knows how to count, so I was not worried about that.
Sometimes the clock is just right twice a day.
Păi și unde vrei să zic?
Păi nu ce tu că ai visat că mergeam la Diana?
Că tu cu
A, bă, că ajunge 14 de 14 e o grămadă.
Că tu cu
Hai tu cu Hai Nati.
Ok. Mă și pe drum. Nu, coli paiu. Și genul ne-a pijat pe... Noi, ne-a pijat pe noi de râs.
Pe tine special.
Mă rog dacă poți să-ți povestesc ceva.
Bun, spune, continuă.
Meanwhile, Falcons have been talking about their preparation, talking about Tessa's coming back, your favorite Falcon, early for some individual prep. Do we think that maybe Vitality just need a little time to be back to that team we know?
Vitality earned the luxury to take a longer break. When you have the best year in CS2 history, even if it's short-lived, arguably the best year of Counter-Strike we've seen in a calendar year ever, then I think it's completely merited that you just take maybe another week off than some other team.